Well, my friends, Kamala's first interview was an utter calamity. It was also incredibly boring. I would have rather gotten a colonoscopy, but I do it for you guys. I'm a martyr. I do it for you. Now, let me start off by saying the bar is so low, it's in the seventh ring of hell. I wasn't expecting much from Kamala Harris, but I was expecting a little bit better. She's had 40 days to prepare. Kamala Harris answered those questions like she'd just been pulled over by highway patrol and was asked to take a breathalyzer and walk in a straight line. Like, ma'am, could you step out of the car? And she's like, my values haven't changed because they're my values. I'm gonna start calling Kamala Anna Nicole Harris. The way she was talking, it was like, I've been very clear. I love fracking. I've been clear since 2020 that I stand by fracking, Dana. Kamala Harris had 40 days to prepare and she did not give one clear, cogent, substantive answer the entire time. One thing I found incredibly ridiculous is asking Kamala Harris what she wants to do on day one. What do you want to do when you get into office? She's been vice president for almost 4 years. I also felt like Dana, whatever, was leading the witness. She was like, Kamala, did you do this because of A, B, or C? This is not the SAT multiple choice section. She's running for president of the United States. Ask her a question and let her answer. Now, Kamala Harris, she's supposed to have the best people around her with all these years of political experience, but let me tell you one mistake they made. Their biggest mistake is that they waited 40 days to do a sit-down interview. Had she been doing regular interviews, the stakes wouldn't have been that high. It wouldn't have been such a big deal. She would have developed a rapport and a cadence with all of these journalists, but instead, we're all watching now with a fine-tooth comb. Now let's talk about Mr. Jazz Hands Tim Walz. He was there next to Kamala Harris the entire time, but he did not do much better. When he was asked if he lied about IVF or his military record, he said, well, my wife says I don't have the best grammar sometimes. Sir, telling bold-faced lies and then saying, well, I could have had better grammar is the most ridiculous cop-out thing I've ever heard. You clowns had 40 days to prepare, and this is the best product you could come up with. Now, my most important question about the entire interview is this. Why are you guys sitting around a dark, dingy diner slumped over tables? Why don't you look presidential at all? Why are you not sitting down doing an official interview? Kamala, you're hunched over like this, waiting for a shot and a chaser. This whole thing was a calamity. If y'all were gonna do your first interview in a diner, you should have gone to the Waffle House. That place is lit up like the Chrysler Building. I'm starting to think Joe Biden extended his vacation this week because he didn't want to be around at all to answer questions about Kamala's horrific interview. I mean, they really have her hunched over this table in a dark diner. She says she doesn't support the Green New Deal, but they were really saving some electricity having all the lights off. Something else that's laughable from the entire interview is that Kamala Harris wants to blame Donald Trump for all of America's issues. But if you look at the last 16 years, 12 of those years have had Democratic presidents. She really sat there and said, well, 10 years ago this started, and 10 years ago that started. Sweetheart, Barack Obama was president 10 years ago. Get the girl a calculator. All right, my friends, we've got less than 70 days until the election. Thanks for liking and following. Drop a comment and tell me what you think about Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, everything going on today. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.